So we're going to do something a little bit different today, and that is start a game with a chosen seed instead of a random one. Every Stardew Valley save is started with a randomly generated seed that sets up a lot of the events for your playthrough. And this particular seed is easily one of the best when it comes to early artifacts, forage, traveling card items, and the fishing bubbles. It can give you a really huge boost early on. First, make sure to enable the remixed mine rewards. I'll tell you more about why later on. Then scroll down to the random seed and type in this seed number. I'll also leave it in the description so you can just copy and paste it. So the seed will take a little bit of the random out of the game, but still leaves a lot of the spontaneous things in effect. Daily luck, for example, won't be affected at all, but your overnight events are, like crop fairies or owl statues will be. So let's get started with the most amazing part of the seed, and also grab this chair so we can pop into the secret woods as well. Head south to where the spring onions usually are, and you should find your first artifact. Potentially two. Now because today's daily luck is not very good, it is possible for these artifact spawns not to spawn. But you can just recreate your save file a few times over and it will show up eventually. An ancient seed on day one can be massive. They take nearly a full season to grow, but they are one of the most valuable crops as they regrow fruit like cranberries or blueberries, and they last all the way through the end of fall. Sometimes there's a bone flute next to this as well. I'll go over the total forage numbers at the end of the day, but it's pretty plentiful even if you don't want to do the whole secret woods skip. Only a few things are in here early on, but it can be worth a quick detour. Now we'll make our rounds to the town and grab whatever else is out there for us. A dried starfish on the beach and plenty of shells. Some good old trash bread. And then we can drop off our ancient seed for the recipe and our 250 gold quest reward. The backwoods is forage rich, and as is the community center area, making it for an even better day one. So overall, we ended up selling 914 gold of items, and we didn't even do a full fiber run or even chop much wood. Minus 200 if you didn't go into the woods, but 714 gold is still good, and an ancient seed on the first day is great. Not to mention the 250 from the museum quest. On day 2, the most interesting part is by far the fishing bubbles. Make sure you read this letter before heading to the beach, by the way. Willie won't give you a rod unless you read it. Now you've got plenty of time to kill, as the bubbles won't spawn until 3:20, so I just shopped around for some seeds and wandered around for a few hours, till I headed down to the beach and waited patiently. These bubbles that show up on this tile will last all the way up until 11:50, over 8 hours. This will speed up your fishing in a big way. increasing your bite rate significantly. You can fish here all night and make more than enough cash to start your farm outright. The next interesting event is the crop fairy that will appear on the 6th night. This fairy will fly into your farm and grow all of the crops in a small, randomly chosen area. While you can't choose where the fairy will go, you can guarantee that this fairy will show up on this day if you use the seed and if it doesn't rain. Rain tends to be an event killer for whatever reason. I went ahead and just planted everything I had in the hopes that the crop fairy would hit the perfect spot, and I didn't even bother to water. Crop fairies are so valuable earlier in the game. Another solid boost for your farm. And of course, she missed the ancient seed. But she at least hit 11 of my cauliflower and a green bean too. Not bad for not watering and only planting yesterday. There's also an additional crop fairy on the 17th of fall. So on to the final major benefit of the seed, the remixed mine rewards. The slammer, in particular, on floor 110. This is one of the best weapons in the early to mid game, as you can nearly one-shot every enemy with the right click ability spam. You will likely use this until you get a galaxy sword, or even a galaxy hammer much later on. And then to wrap it up, we have the traveling cart. It has tons of great items every week, and allows you to basically skip a coop and barn for the animal bundles. I'll link to the mousey predictor in the description so you can check all this prediction data out yourself. But here's a quick glimpse at the inventory for the earlier weeks. I hope you found this information valuable and it helps you get a little head start in your farming adventures. Please subscribe if you like my Stardew videos. I also love gardening, so there's a mix of in real life and virtual farming going on. Thanks.